like I said, this is a new video from me. I'd like to apologize from the video that I made yesterday. That video was pretty bad, and I was just pretty mad, and I just went off. So I apologize for that video. So now we get to this video, which I'm going to be talking about. Well, before I get to that, Q&A with Fitness 65 is coming, so send me your questions, send me a video request, and I'll be sure to answer any questions or do any videos you want me to do, and I'll be sure to do those videos as best I can, and I'll explain everything in my videos as best I can. So now we're getting to this video, which I'm going to be talking about. Just a quick video before I head to work. This is just going to be my thoughts on the SmackDown roster. Now the gameplay really for SmackDown versus Raw 2010, it looks pretty decent. The graphics look pretty good. They improved everything on the graphics from last year. They improved everything from the graphics from last year, and it seems like they brought the Diva storyline mode back. If you don't know what that is, that's from a previous SmackDown game where they let you play through a Diva storyline and let you go play with any diva and let you go through every different storyline and win the both divas titles. So yeah, that's pretty interesting now. So you not only get to play as the man, you get to play as the woman now and go through all the storylines. So let's see how that works out, and let's see if they can fix the gameplay from last year's. Not that the gameplay from last year's was bad. It was just lacking something, but let's see if they can take the gameplay back to its origins from the first SmackDown vs. Raw game, and let's see if they can run with it and make it back into one of the most playable games and one of the most playable wrestling games in history. But who knows? It probably might be like last year's SmackDown game. Now, getting to the roster. The roster is pretty good, but there's some gripes with some of the guys, the people they left off. So let's get to the roster, the guys they have on this game, and then after that, I'll just rant about some of the people they left off on this game. So for the Raw roster, I got MVP, there's Jack Swagger, there's John Cena, there's Kofi Kingston, there's Santino Marella, there's Triple H, there's Shawn Michaels, there's Ted DiBiase Jr., Cody Rhodes, Big Show, Chavo Guerrero, Beth Phoenix, Gail Kim, Evan Bourne, Festus, Kelly Kelly, Mark Henry, Mickey James, the Brian Kendrick, Mr. Kennedy. I'm pretty sure he's going to be like a secret character because he's not really like a playable character from what I heard. You got JBL, who's going to be another one of those secret characters. Primo, Carlito, Randy Orton, and Maurice. So that's not a bad Raw roster. And then, of course, for the SmackDown roster, you got R-Truth, my boy. You got Batista, who many people are really kind of scratching their head, like the WWE kind of knew in advance that Batista was going to move to SmackDown, so they kind of got you, I guess, or they kind of just made you scratch your head on that one. Like, how did they know Batista was gonna move to SmackDown? But but they did do that, so we gotta deal with that. Chris Jericho, Rey Mysterio, Great Khali. I'm pretty sure nobody's gonna pick him, but I guess there's gonna be people who are gonna be cheap online and use him and spam everybody with him, like they did last year and the year before. Let's see, Mike Knox, Jeff Hardy, Finley, Matt Hardy, Natalia Neihart, JTG, Shad Gaspar of Crime Time, Michelle McCool, Molina, Kane, John Morrison, Jesse, Eve Torres, Edge, Dolph Ziggler, CM Punk, Maria, and Umaga, who I'm pretty sure is going to be a secret character as well. So there you go with your SmackDown, your Raw roster, and then of course for ECW, I have no idea why they put these two on here. The Bella Twins, like you can't tell, like they play the same, so why would you put them on here? And they don't have any move set at all. So why would you put these girls on here? It doesn't make no difference which one you pick. They both probably have the same move sets as the other one. And then you got Shelton Benjamin, Christian, Tommy Dreamer, and Goldust. So that's your ECW roster. And the roster looks pretty good, but here's the people that are missing from the game that I got a main gripe about. You got Zack Ryder, who they've been focusing on a lot and pushing a lot, and makes no sense why they left him out of the game. He should have been in this game. Paul Burchill, another guy who should have been on this game, as they're really putting a lot of focus on him as of late, and he's been getting some sort of a big push as of late, and he's having that storyline with R-Truth. He should have been on here. Katie Lee Burchill, another person who should have been on here. Jimmy Wang Yang, I believe he was on the game last year. He should have been on this game this year, but I guess the WWE just felt he was too much of a jobber and he wasn't big enough to be on this game. Then you got Hurricane Helms, another guy who should have been on this game, but they took him out. Don't know why they did it, and I believe this is like this is like the fourth or fifth time Hurricane has been out of a WWE game, because I believe the last WWE game I remember him being on was, I believe he might have been on last year's. I'm not sure because I really didn't play enough to get to him. But the only the only game I remember him last being on was the SmackDown versus Raw 2004, or the one before that, Here Comes the Pain. Those were the last two games I remember him being on. And then after that, or he might have been on 2006. Yeah, maybe 2006. Then you got Jillian Hall. You got Alicia Fox, who should have been on this game, as she's been the main focus in the women's division on Raw, and she's been sort of doing her thing, and she should have been put on here. You got Chris Masters, the returning Chris Masters, who should have been on this game. D.H. Smith and Tyson Kidd of the Hart Dynasty. I mean, why would you put Natalia Neihart on here and not put the two members of Hart Dynasty on here, as you could have had the faction all together? But I guess WWE wanted to do a one-sided thing and just add Natalia, which doesn't make no sense at all, but they did do that. Then you got Layla Funaki. Don't care about Funaki, as he's not really that good, and he doesn't really have that many moves. DJ Gabrielle, Abraham Washington, Courtney Taylor, Tiffany. Don't know why they didn't add her on here, as they've been she's been seen around signing autographs and everything, and I just don't understand why she's not on here. Tyler Rex and Yoshi Tatsu. So those are pretty much the roster of people who are missing from this game, and that's just my main gripe is WWE could have at least added at least 5 or 8 of these guys that are missing from this game and put them in this game. But the WWE didn't want to do that. They wanted to add your big superstars and some of your mid-card big superstars and go on from there. But it would have been interesting to see what they would do with the guys that they have missing from this game. But that's just me. And there's a lot of people who are mad about some of the guys who are missing from this game as well. But it just doesn't make no sense to have a new game and have some of these guys who are missing, who are big stars or up and coming stars, and you just don't have them on the game. Just doesn't make no sense at all. But hopefully they'll fix that problem in 2011 and add some, and not take any guys out like they did in previous SmackDown games, and actually add everybody on every roster into the game and have your same secret characters. So hopefully they fix that. But I'm pretty sure WWE is going to do the same thing in 2011, and that's a shame, because some of the fans want to play as these guys and see what they can do with these guys, and they don't want to have these guys missing from the roster. But like I said, this game does seem to be good for what the roster is on this game. The gameplay seems to be good. The graphics are much better than have improved a little bit better from last year, and apparently they got more game modes, and I'm pretty sure the online play is going to be better. And like I said, the Divas, you get to play as the Divas and do a storyline with them. And I got one main gripe. I got one main thing that I hope they fix on this. Please give the Divas a move set, because I'm tired of seeing all this slapping and the Divas not have their move sets. It just doesn't make any sense to give Divas moves like that and not give them a move set at all. I mean, they should have move sets just like the guys, but that's just me. Hopefully they get their move set in this game, but I'm pretty sure they'll get the same generic Divas moves. Anyhow, that's just my thoughts on the SmackDown vs. Raw 2010 game. Rate